अपनी खूबसूरती पर लगाइए चार चांद with an exclusive lab grown diamond jewelry collection from Limelight Diamonds. Shop the perfect diamond jewelry you always wanted.
Sometimes I really wish I was really witty. Like, I always say that I wish I was like Shah Rukh sir. Like, he just knows what to say, when to say, how to give it back. Like, I always say that many people picked this industry. I genuinely think the industry picked me.
Where you said that you were buying makeup and the bill came and then you were like feeling guilty.
I remember it was $800, okay, for that one particular like gel thing, and the brush was 1,000. And I remember for a middle class mother, she was just like, brush 1,000 ka hai. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she was like, or the actual product. But it is a mental, it's a very different upbringing, Whoever I am today, it's because of the upbringing that I have. What's the worst that can happen? That it all went away? Okay, we'll make it again because I made it from scratch.
Do you feel you were heard when you were saying the change or asking
Sometimes
for changes?
I am. And that's the thing, right? So it's not like they have to listen to me, but it's important to be heard.
What you were promised versus what you saw was absolutely different. Like not
Many
just...
times.
how-
Times. Because I've had once a narration, I can't tell you which film.
Is it a Hindi film or a South film?
I'm not gonna say that. Like, I got cast in Retro because Karthik so really liked a scene of mine and Radhe Shyam.
But you've not
Crazy.
changed, which is the best part.
If I change, they'd just be like, hello, thoda, baith jao. I never thought that this was something that I wanted to do. Watched my first film, I was like, this was a Tamil film. I just thought it was like magic.
Thalapathy Vijay or Allu Arjun, you've done multiple films with him.
Like, I have had from Hrithik Roshan to Allu Arjun, NTR Jr., Vijay Thalapathy.
Yes.
If a pair has worked, you should always make the most of it. This Jananayagan film, which is the Vijay Sir film, people were like, when are you going to do a film with Vijay Sir again? When are you going to do? I don't know if this is his last film, but if it's his last film, I really want to do it because I took that picture with him at the Muhurat shot where we did this because we were like, the Habibos are coming back together. We can create that magic again for them.
So this episode of the Galata India Fans Festival is actually sponsored by Limelight Lab-Grown Diamonds. Limelight Lab-Grown Diamonds is India's largest lab-grown diamond jewelry brand. Lab-grown diamonds are absolutely 100% real and the same as natural diamonds, only with a different origin. And they also actually help in saving a lot of manpower, resources and money. So if you like them, please go check out their exclusive collection of solitaire jewelry, or you can visit them across the 20 stores that they have across India, or just go log on to www.limelightdiamonds.com. So without further ado, welcoming our crossover queen, Pooja Hegde in the house, guys! She's possibly one of the most popular actors that we have. But you know what sets her apart from her contemporaries? She's extremely professional, and more than that, she's always before time. Even now, she's reached 10 minutes before time and we rolled now. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Limelight Diamonds presents Galata India Fans Festival. Pooja Hegde in the house, guys!
Hi guys, how's it going?
Do you know that some of your fans are stuck in traffic?
I believe so, but
For the
We'll
first
see.
time ever, the actor has reached before the fans. So aaj to trolling pakki hai.
it's fine. It's the traffic in Mumbai. Yeah.
It's true. Your movie has released. Everybody's going crazy about the film. It's a very different kind of an action film. What was your first reaction when it came to you? Because this is not like a typical, that massy action film. It has its own content. It has its own soul. What was your first reaction? Because it's also loosely adapted from a very, very popular South Indian movie.
Well, my role was completely new. and completely added. So I was anyways doing something fresh, and it wasn't something that I had any reference point to. I think in Hindi, people haven't really seen this a more raw, intense, sassy, real side of me. Very boss girl energy. I don't know. You watched the film right last night, so I think the just like me, the scenes of me like telling him like, okay, wrap this, whatever you want to do, like all those things. I feel like people hadn't seen that, so I just wanted to try and do something different, because honestly, it just takes one role or one film or one filmmaker to see that and, kind of realize that, oh, Pooja can also do that.
But Pooja, you've been like this in real life also. Like, do you feel like sometimes people don't see that side, haven't seen or explored that side of you as an actor? Because you're this kind of a person in person.
You think I'm that sassy? Wow, I would love that.
No, I feel you're a
I
boss
wish.
woman. You're a boss
Oh,
woman. You
thank
know what
you.
you want in life and you know how you want it.
I'm very determined.
Yeah.
I know what I want for myself. However, sometimes I really wish I was really witty. Like, I always say that I wish I was like Shah Rukh sir. Like, he just knows what to say, when to say, how to give it back, how to, and he does it in the nicest way possible. So I wish I had those qualities, but I'm actually very shy. I'm very reserved. It takes me time to kind of get out of my shell. If I really know you, then I'm all out. Like I'm all like, I'm your best friend. I'm another person. I'm goofy. That's who I am as a person. But yeah, I mean, I want to play more sassier roles for sure. Like an Alexis from Schitt's Creek.
Wow.
I think she's she's very intelligent. She's very sassy. So yeah, something like that.
I just want to ask you that, did you read the reviews? Did you have time to read some of the reviews?
I read a few.
What did you read?
I read, I don't read all reviews actually. I don't read reviews sometimes. It depends on the film. Like some films of mine are like it's just for fun and it's an entertaining film. So I don't need like a critique to critique it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? But people liked me a lot. They liked Dia's portrayal. So what did you read?
I read a lot of people saying that you guys can go and check. It's a fact. Before watching the movie, I was in Lucknow and I watched the movie yesterday in the night. And in the morning, I was shooting for something. And I actually read the reviews. And then I read most of the reviews actually said that the role should have been bigger. Right? This is a new role. Like you said, it was an addition to the entire story that carries forward from the original. They have changed and adapted it. How does it make you feel when the audience who you're making the movie for, they come and say that, your role should have been increased?
I think it's always a positive sign. I think it's very important to see women like that, right? Reflected on screen, because growing up, like, why would you want to watch a film? Either because the character resonates with you, right? You see a film and you're like, wow, like, she's as goofy and nerdy as me. She's so relatable. She's so whatever. Or you want to be like inspired by someone. Like if I saw Angelina Jolie, kick butt in like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and these kind of films, I was like, wow, I want to do that. Like I'd love to do a Captain Marvel, where she's just a badass and she's just like, that's when you watch those films and you feel like you are you want to be, you're inspired by that, right? So I think that we need to definitely be more inclusive and and I agree with what the audience is saying. Normally I'm very critical of my work. I am the harshest critique of myself, which is why I don't need to read critiques, but I genuinely really liked myself in the film. I thought that it was really like, and I would like to see that, because when you see men a certain way and then you see women giving it back, which is the girl of today. I always said that Dia is the girl of today. She's giving it back. She's not afraid. She's not seeing ki kaun hai aage. She's just saying what is on her mind, and that's so important to do. So I hope they listen to the audience a little bit more, and you never know, maybe in part 2.
Yeah, of course, why not? you know, when I don't know if you remember, the first time I met you, I was actually writing stories for a newspaper. I was working for a newspaper, and it was for Mohenjo-daro. It was in Mehboob studio that we met in the Vanity. And again, you were very much before time. Let me just specify it very, very clearly. I just want to know that time you had said that.
I'm very happy that you're saying this. Please have it on record.
Yeah, of course, we cannot. It's an introduction. It will not get cut.
Because it's important for people to know this.
No, I just feel like, you know, the idea of this show, before I come to the question, is to bring out that facet, bring out the real person. Okay. They have seen you in movies. They know people who like you, people who don't like you, from whatever they see. But they should know how you are as a person, a little bit of those layers as a human being that the audience should know. I hope that we can present that side of you through this interview as well. That's the whole idea.
That's the hope.
Yes.
That's the hope. Yeah. Because I don't do a lot of interviews.
You don't.
I don't. I'm trying to change that a little bit. I think there is a certain niceness to the mystery also, because it helps in being able to portray certain characters. Like, I don't know if you've seen the teaser of Retro.
Of course I have.
Oh, you have? Okay, that's good. So, again, that was a very different role, different character. So I think it helps maintain that. I think that's something I love about the South, is that
there is mystery.
There's mystery. But at the same time, I think it's also nice for people to know a little bit of more of you. So it's good if we speak about other things besides
Absolutely.
films, yeah.
But, you know, the point is that when we did that interview for Mohenjo-daro, because it was print, I know this story, but they don't. You had said that there was a young Pooja always wanting to come and perform. Forget acting, you just wanted to perform. You know, you don't come with an industry backing. It can be extremely difficult and challenging. And you started off really young. When do you think कि वो जर्म आया दिमाग में कि नहीं मुझे perform करना है? I want to become an artist, not just an actor. Because you're such a good dancer, everything. I'm talking about art as whole.
You know, that's a really interesting question. I'll tell you why. Because I never thought that this was something that I wanted to do, right? It was just something that, I don't know, design, coincidence, accident. I don't know what you want to call it. I think, like I always say that many people pick this industry. I genuinely think the industry picked me, because me coming from no background whatsoever in films, I never watched a film and thought that this can be me. Like I never, because in my wildest imagination thought it was possible also. I didn't dream that big, you know. And when I finally watched my first film, I was like, this was a Tamil film. And it's not about what the film was. It was about like, I just thought it was like magic, you know. All those shots coming together to create this. It was just wow for me, you know. And then the more I started to watch films, the more I started to realize, oh, you can shoot a film like this. You can tell a story like that. I fell in love with the craft and what movies can do, right? That's when I said, okay, I wish, you know, you to speak about when did it happen about actor, when did you want to concentrate on your performance, but I think you need to get the right opportunities also for it. I'd love to do a Razi, okay, and I'd love to work with really good filmmakers, but the opportunity has to come to you in order to be able to prove yourself.
But sometimes don't you feel like those kind of opportunities, be honest, okay?
Yeah.
Do you feel like those kind of opportunities have not given to you?
It's not. It really isn't. I'll tell you, my journey was whatever film came to me, I kind of like went with it and made my career film after film. Like I've literally hustled for the career that I have today. It's not like people gave me like 10 different opportunities and went like, Pooja, now you choose. Which one do you want to do? You know, it wasn't that. I had to actually see what was offered. I had not gone for any acting class, anything. Like it just happened and I kind of learned on the job, right? And it's not like I had a year's dance practice and like acting school. And even if I could, I don't think I had the resources to do it at that time.
Absolutely.
Like I remember when when I was going for Miss India and my parents, I didn't know how to do makeup. And shout out to this amazing human called Subhash Vagal, who's no more today. But he taught me how to do makeup. And he just saw me somewhere and I said, I have to go for Miss India. And because I was such a tomboy, I didn't know how to apply anything, mascara and all. I was like, what is this? How do you do it? And I remember like buying like basic stuff, and the bill that came up was so much. I felt so guilty that my parents were spending for all that. It's not like I come from, it's a very different upbringing.
Absolutely.
Right? And even to be able to spend on yourself, it takes a different kind of person to be able to do that. Today, I can do it because I'm making my own money, right? But that's something that's also very, like, I have to constantly be like, okay, come on, invest in yourself, because as it's not, sometimes we don't know how to do that, but it's
Absolutely.
really important to do it, and it takes time to realize that you need to do that, right? So I think I learned by watching more films. I learned by genuinely getting more and more invested in my craft. But my career has just truly been about what is the film that's offered to me at this point. Because my career is not like कि एक वो film आ गया उसके बाद सब कुछ बहुत अच्छा रहा, and like the best of directors,
Came to you
came
with
to
offers,
me,
yeah.
and they're like, please do our film. Like, I have to literally sometimes go chasing. Even today, it's not like things have changed that drastically.
So you text directors?
I do, and sometimes they don't respond, but it's a privilege that maybe some people have, right? The right kinds of opportunities, the right kind of guidance. Like, I wish I had someone to tell me that this is not the right kind of film for you to do at this point in your career. Like, I only learned that this is not the right point after I have done it.
Yeah.
So it's literally trial and error. It's okay. It's my journey. It's my path. I'm very proud of the films that I have done, and I'm really proud that that the South has given me the
Absolutely.
opportunities. It has truly empowered me to be the person I am today. And I think it also comes from my mental strength of being that person who's like, no matter what, I'm going to succeed.
Absolutely.
That
Who's
do
lived
or
through it
die
completely.
kind of, why? Because I love what I do.
You said something beautiful where you said that you are buying makeup and the bill came and then you were like feeling guilty.
I remember it was $800, okay, for that one particular like gel thing, and the brush was 1,000. And I remember for a middle class mother, she was just like, brush 1,000 ka hai? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she was like, or the actual product, but it is a mental, it's a
Yeah.
very different upbringing,
When you come from a middle class background, because you, me, we all come from common backgrounds, okay? And it is, I'm not saying like we had to struggle to find food. That's not the point.
No.
But when you come from a middle class family, there is only this much that you can fit in and you have a budget for everything. I have grown up seeing that, to be very honest. I've grown up seeing my mom and dad sacrifice many, many things to give me and my brother maybe the life that they didn't have or they couldn't have, right? So my idea of that money and the value that I have towards that money is very different. Would you agree on that? Like, today you have built something on your own. You're a self-made woman. You are fending for your own family. Now they're happy, in a better position financially, touch wood. But the value of money, do you feel that that's middle class mentality, that we have mentality in a very good way?
Absolutely. I think whoever I am today, it's because of the upbringing that I have, right? And that includes my relationship with money also. Having said that, I have realized that in order to also move up in life, there's a certain amount that you need to invest in yourself. And
Yeah.
that could be anything. It could be a craft. It could be whatever that you feel that's right for you. But of course, there is a certain a feeling ki, like, oh my God, like, will I be able to take care of myself, and will I be able to continue it? And there is definitely that thought process that goes in your mind. And even in order to spend on yourself, it takes a certain kind of mentality to be like, it's fine.
Yes.
I deserve it. And that I deserve it, it comes tougher for maybe, I don't know, for someone like me. It
Absolutely.
took time I can't speak for everybody, but it took some time for me to feel that about myself. It's a mentality change. It's a paradigm shift.
But when you are from a middle class family, you also have the fear that this can anytime go, right?
But I don't fear that. Like, I think that's one thing I don't have, that what's the worst that can happen? That it all went away? Okay, we'll make it again because I made it from scratch.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody gave it to me. If I can do it once, I can do it again.
Absolutely.
So I think like, you know, you have to be fearless. You have to do something that, you know, it's fine.
You know, when you say about your character is sassy, right? But in life and in a industry like this, where women are often not given the voice and agency, today things are changing, but when you started off also things were not this great, right? Have there been occasions where you felt like, in terms of voice, like the power that your voice would have in films, basically, have you ever been in situations where you felt like you've signed something knowing that this is going to be what it's supposed to be, and then you felt like this is not what you were given?
It happens all the time with me. I think.
How do you deal with it?
See, you can't do anything as like beyond a point, and maybe I just need to be better with the what I'm selecting. But certain things, I just feel like it's the director's call at the end of the day on what he edits. Whatever he narrates to you sometimes may not be what
Yeah.
he makes, but you don't really have creative control over that. But I do voice out my opinion about certain scenes where I'm just like, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to say that, because I just think that women today don't talk like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, why are we making it about this when it could be have an opportunity to write a better scene and make it something much bigger than what it is. So I always voice out my opinion and try and represent women today. But then eventually again, it's the director's call.
Do you feel you are heard when you were saying the change or asking?
Sometimes
for
I am. And that's the thing, right? So it's not like they have to listen to me, but it's important to be heard.
Absolutely.
Right? So some directors are very collaborative, some directors aren't. And you just have to go with it, because like, what else can you do?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not someone who's going to throw a tantrum on set and, you know, be like, I'm not going to do this or whatever, unless it's so wrong, you know, then of course it makes sense. But
Yeah.
but most times I feel now, I think it was just I was afraid to say and speak what's on my mind. But now I've realized once I speak my mind, if I've made sense, sometimes they listen to me. So I've
Yeah.
realized that there's a power in speaking up, and it's okay to do that. And as long as the directors understand that I'm not saying something because I don't feel like I want to put you down or anything. We are all collaboratively trying to
Absolutely.
make a film, and we're trying to speak to someone larger than us. So if I can bring that female gaze on because sometimes so many times the whole AD team are all men, and it's so important to have a female's perspective on the script and what they're saying, you know, that's really
Absolutely.
important.
But tell me something. Do you remember any incident where you felt like what you were promised versus what you saw was absolutely different? Like not
Many
just
times,
And
many
how-
times. I think sometimes it's because I'm a very visual person, right? And I have read a script and I have imagined what this film will be like in my own directorial brain, right? I mean, like, I've just imagined the film, like reading a book. You know what I mean? And then the director's vision is just something else. Many a times I've been surprised. Many a times I'm like, oh, that's not how I imagined it. That's why now I like to read and go through a narration, because I've had once a narration, I can't tell you which film, but they narrated the whole film from the girl's perspective, and I've signed the film, and then I'm like, what is happening? And he had just narrated the film in such a way that I thought मैं हर एक scene में हूँ. And when I've actually started to shoot, I'm not there in the film. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this is very, very deceptive. So it has happened to me, you know, and it's...
Is it a Hindi film or a South film?
I'm not going to say that.
Is it a Hindi film?
Because
or
it's
a South-
actually happened in both ways, in many
both,
times.
both the industries.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to like start giving out clues, and that's not the objective of it.
True.
But it has happened. It's happened, and then I'm like, oh, acha, ye bhi hota hai. Because if I had someone to be like to fight for me, it would have been a different situation. But I only realized after I've gone there, and I'm like, oh, acha, ye bhi hota hai. You know what I mean? You go all innocent, do-eyed, thinking everybody has the best of intentions, but maybe not. But it's okay.
But एक चीज मुझे पूछना है, ठीक है? When you are already going through that kind of a situation, suppose
Yeah.
for example this movie where you were promised something and you were getting something else and they went into a different direction, how difficult does it become for you to complete the movie? Because like you said, you're a professional, you're committed, you will not walk
Yeah.
out. Plus, after that, you have to promote the movie,
Yeah.
knowing that it's not your film. How
For sure.
difficult does it get?
It gets difficult, but it's okay. It's all right. I think that if you put your, if you've given your 100% to your work, I genuinely believe in karma. I think that it comes back to you in whatever shape or form. Like, it doesn't matter what film, how much did you do, but did you do your best? That's the biggest thing, right? Like, I got cast in Retro because Karthik sir really liked a scene of mine and Radhe Shyam.
Which scene?
Yeah, there were like some 2 scenes, like emotional scenes that he really liked. And he said, I just felt like this, because I was like, so how did you think I could do this, you know? And he really liked those scenes. And then he thought, yes, I could use her for a film like this. So it just takes one filmmaker to put away everything else and see you for you and your performance, and in order to give you another film. And that's literally how I've made my career. That's about it.
Now, going back to the conversation that we had in Mehboob Studio when your first Hindi film was coming, I remember asking you that you were already a star down south.
I can't believe I've met you. Like, it's when during Mohenjo-daro.
Yeah.
I used to drive myself. I didn't have a driver, and also I used to drive myself to Mehboob, park my car, go into a vanity.
No starry hair, nothing. I'm being honest. I have to
Nothing.
say all this out.
And I remember my producer, Sarita Guvarikar, I remember Sarita ma'am's like, listen, please get a driver. And I'm like, but ma'am, I've like done this film for 2 years. I don't have any money.
How much did you get paid for that movie?
I'm not going to say that.
Say it. Everybody's talking about it. Karthik got 70,000 for Pyar Ka Panchnama,
That's,
so you can
I
say.
got more. I got much more. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it took 2 years to make it. I was not allowed to sign anything else
Yeah.
except for that. But it's so amazing that I met you at that time and now we're here today.
Absolutely. It's been
It's
like how many
great.
years? 2016, if I'm not mistaken, right? So
Yeah.
9 years, almost a decade. But you've not
Crazy.
changed, which is the best part,
That's because you have to meet my mom and my dad. If I change, they'd just be like, hello, thoda, baith jao. So I think they keep me humble and they keep me grounded. I always say they're like my biggest critiques. I don't need. They're so savage with my, why did I get better, you ask? Because I'm craving for their approval.
Kabhi aisa hua hai where they have watched a movie and said ki no, ye acha nahi hai, I didn't like you in the movie. Has that happened?
They'll give me like, they'll say it in a nicer way. It's not like, I don't think they've not liked me in any film.
Or
like,
maybe felt like that,
maybe
what
they've
they did
spoken
to
about
you.
the film,
Yeah.
or like I've had a film where in the interval only my dad came to me and he was like 2.5 stars. I was just like, it was a screening or something. I'm like, please, Dad, just don't. Like, they're so savage. They're so savage.
They're honest.
But that's what you need. I
Yeah.
don't want to be surrounded by yes men. I think
Yeah.
that's not my goal. I want to be surrounded by people who are giving constructive
Yeah.
criticism. There's a very big difference between
Yeah.
people who are just trying to trash you for the sake of it and people who are wanting you to see you get better. And I think I'm doing that, like with every film that I'm doing.
Yeah. But when I speak about that meeting, you were already a star, right? And then you came into movies and there was expectations put on you already because of your South films and the commercial successes that you had seen before Mohenjo-daro. Did it hurt you when Mohenjo-daro didn't do the numbers that it was expected to do?
I feel like I've spoken about this so much. But actually, Mohenjo-daro was like one of the last debuts. Like, it was a huge debut. Like, back in the day, I mean, not back in the day, I'm not that, like, it's not that old, but like, we were not allowed to go in front of like the media. For 2 years, I was just at home, and that was like the crucial time, it's very different from today, where it's all about social media. The audiences kind of decided whether you've arrived or not arrived, and it was a very big debut. And I was getting so many, like, the biggest of offers from some of the best directors, because everyone was looking forward to the debut, because Ashutosh Guvarikar coming with Hrithik Roshan after Jodha Akbar, UTV was producing
Period
it.
film.
It was like tick, 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 tick. Like, it was everything that you would think, and then the film didn't do well, right? And before the film released, everybody wanted to sign me, and after the film released, it was like, hello, bye. Like,
ऐसा हुआ है?
it's happened. It's happened. It's not like, okay, never mind. But
Say it.
no, it's tougher. Yeah, it's like every film becomes like your audition to the world.
Can I say something? And you say whether you agree, whether you are saying the same thing. Do you feel that because you don't have an industry person backing, whether you're an outsider or not,
Yeah.
because you didn't have a godfather in the industry, regardless, you felt like these things happened? There are many people who get away with a film that has not commercially worked because they have somebody very powerful backing them up. Maybe you didn't have that. Is this?
I didn't have that, but God was my godfather, and that's why 10 years later, I still am here. But one thing is for sure that I had nowhere to hide, right? Like the audience decided my fate, and they liked me, and it's very empowering when an audience accepts you, loves you, takes you as their own, and want to see more of you. And I think that's why the work kind of came even then when South happened and like DG happened. Everything kind of changed also from there.
Yeah.
But for sure, the opportunities do go away because suddenly now it's like I wish we had like more. Like, I wish that a filmmaker had seen me that time and decided to give me another chance, you know? Because it's also what a filmmaker can bring out of you, right? Like, it's the kind of training that you get working with the best directors that make you a better actor. Because some directors have this ability to just like mold you and squeeze you and take you to a place where you've never been before and be able to extract that out of you. And that only happens with very good actors, directors.
I recently saw this interview. You were on a news channel promoting Deva, where somebody asked you that, oh, you're the highest paid actress down south. And you said that, listen, let's not talk numbers. I'm not going to talk numbers. But in terms of that, commercial successes that you've seen, a person gets paid according to their bankability. Let's be very honest about it. So if they're paying you so much, an X amount, which is really great, that's also because they consider you bankable as a heroine. Do you somewhere feel that you're the same person? You bring the same things as an artist to the table, but South films have valued that heroine in you more than Hindi films. Like they haven't been able to explore that side.
For sure. Like, I don't think there's even anything wrong in saying that.
Absolutely.
Like, I think the opportunities that I've got there have been more empowering and more. I've actually been able to really, play around with my characters, and that opportunity that I've got. And all my films have been theatricals,
Yes.
There is no film, like when I say I have nothing to hide, like in terms of the audience decided my fate, right? Whether they wanted to pay money and buy a ticket or not.
Yes.
And that is the biggest, if somebody can put their money where their mouth is, that to me is the biggest compliment.
Absolutely.
And I remember when I did Most Eligible Bachelor, I was so, I had like butterflies in my tummy, but of course the production house being Geeta Arts, and they were so supportive, and the role was really good, and I did get appreciated for my role. So I feel like I want to do more for sure. There's a lot in Hindi. I make emotional decisions with Hindi, that's for sure, because I've kind of grown up watching these films. But I do definitely want to work with more people. I want to do different kinds of roles. I think we aren't making enough roles for women. Like I was just saying that this year has been such a great year for women in cinema. With in the West, with Substance. I don't know if you've seen these films. Anora, which was outstanding. There's been All We Imagine Is Light, which I feel we should talk about more, because she's an Indian filmmaker
Absolutely.
from like FTI who has like gone and won at Cannes. Like that's insane. We've had Lapata Ladies, and I'm so glad people are making films like this. Like I want to be part of those films.
Can I ask you something? You're a commercial actress, right?
Yeah.
But the names that you've taken are very critically acclaimed films. As a person, if these opportunities came to you and you had to compromise on certain things, maybe your own remuneration, would you be okay?
I've done that before. I have done that before. It's not like I haven't. I understand that people to me, the film should be the winner, right? And the story should be told. And I understand that sometimes to tell the story, there is a certain amount. I'm a producer's actor. I genuinely believe that. I want all my producers to make money.
Yeah.
That I understand why they're in the business, and I understand that they want to make money, and I want them to make money so that they can make more films.
Absolutely.
So if that means that they have to make it on a tighter budget, if that, like, yes, I would love to do that. Maybe let us come on board as like producers.
Absolutely.
You know, like I've actually given people that thing that, you know,
Option,
let's,
yeah.
I won't take a fee. I'll come, and you won't be surprised. People have said no. Okay, so they don't want to share. They're okay to like discount your rate, but then they don't want to kind of have you on board
Give
as
you
a
the
part.
credit,
They
yeah.
don't want to give the credit. So I think it takes two. Taali do haath se bachti hai, and we have to like kind of be like give and take somewhere. I'm like, if I feel like the film is something that I would love to put my name to, and I'm like, okay, let's just make it for the love of the film. Let's make it for cinema. I understand that this could work or it couldn't. It's a risk. Then there has to be some kind of collaborative effort. It's not always the actor.
Absolutely. You know, before I get there, I want to ask you, like, when you are talking about not being from the industry, not having those kind of aspirations, and then making it, initially, the limelight that was put on you, how did you take it? Were there difficult days to like kind of get used to it? Good, bad, ugly, all the sides.
No, I never chased fame. That was not the reason I became an actor. And that's what, you know, when my family and my cousin sisters want to become an actor, I'm always like, listen, don't chase fame, because you can get famous today by doing anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to like do anything. So it was not like I chased that fame came as a byproduct of what I was doing. And I think that helped me for sure. Like, I think it's important to just love what you do, and if you feel like you can contribute to something, you want to make something interesting, then do this thing. Yes, I have moments where like I'm at my best friend's wedding and I'm having lunch and I'm having dinner, and like somebody comes up and they're like, can you please take a picture with me? And I'm like, let me just finish my meal. And they're like, but we are leaving now. And I'm like, you know, I've had those moments, or I've had moments where like I want to just lose myself and dance on the dance floor, but then there is a camera, and then so there's a price to pay for what I do, but that's not the reason I do what I do, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
But you're a people's person. You keep your people and your your people very, very close. Like, you have a team right now
Yeah.
who really love you. You have a new team also right now who really love you for who you are, and you have come from another team, I know, who have been there for you. You've been there for them as well. Like, you've been to their weddings, because they're
Yeah.
also like, you are one of those actors who's
Yeah.
like, work doesn't end ki hacha khatam ho gaya kaam and then hamara
No,
rishta
no, no,
khatam.
no. If I connect with you as a person, I will be your best friend. I will be there for you no matter what. Like, even in your most down days, I will be there for you. That's who I am. Because I feel like that loyalty, and that's like,
important.
like I'm a little, like, you know, dog at heart. Like, I'm a puppy dog at heart. Like, I feel like that's some things, like, you have to have some values, you know. And to me, like, I've been like the guys working with me doing my hair and makeup been like with me for ages now. So they become part of your family. And if you and I are working together and we decide to part ways because of whatever reasons professionally, if I've liked you as a person, I've liked you as a person. Then I will be there
That
for
doesn't
you.
change.
That doesn't change, no.
But you worked with so many of the big actors, like down south, especially here also with all the superstars. But down south, I want to know, like, you know, I'll tell you one incident. And the song was coming, okay? Radhe's song. And my niece was, this is COVID. So my niece was around 7 or 8 years old. And Salman sir's song had come. You will not believe what that 7 or 8-year-old has told me. I told this to Allu sir also. It's Sallu versus Allu, because she's seen the original song. So,
Oh, you mean Radhe the film? I thought Radhe Sham.
no,
so that's
Radhe the
okay,
film.
okay,
There
right,
was a
right,
song,
right.
right?
Correct,
which was-
correct.
Yeah,
Siti Maar,
Siti
yeah.
Maar, which
Yeah.
was again used
Yeah.
in, like, it's an original song, right? That you
Yeah,
had-
I think you've shared this with me.
yeah, it's crazy the kind of influence that you've
Yeah.
had on people with songs. Butta Bomma, oh my god, Halamiti Habibo. You have had the best songs. Some of them want to dance also.
touch
I
wood,
know.
touch wood,
Yeah,
touch wood.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's lucky. I think a little bit more. I'm a little greedy on that. I want more.
Do one in every movie.
Yeah, like I think my best has not yet come, but it feels good. It feels good when somebody goes like, "What up, Mama?" I'm like, okay, that's who I am now. Like I remember when I went to Chennai for the first time. I went to the beach and I was like, nobody's gonna know me that much here. You know, I don't know. I just thought so. And I went to the beach and suddenly I was like, Puttabamma. And then I'm like, oh, okay. I guess it's kind of transcended its language. You know?
Yeah. But tell me something.
Yeah.
Dancing with all these legends that you've danced with in all these songs, how difficult or easy was it for you?
It's been the story of my life. Like I have had from Hrithik Roshan to Allu Arjun, NTR Jr., Vijay Thalapathy,
yes.
Shahid Kapoor. Like that's just been the story of my life from day one. But I think it's great because now I've learned to like kind of develop my own style.
Who has been the most difficult to match up to? Which song?
You know what? I think that Hrithik in Tu Hai is such an underrated song of his because there's this one moment where I feel like, you know, he's just gone and spread his arms out and he's just felt the beat and he's done something beyond the step. For me, he's gone, he's transcended. Yeah. And to me, that is like, it's magic. It's like, how has he done that, you know? But he's just so fluid and it's just something else.
No, but matching steps किसके साथ सबसे ज़्यादा difficult था? कि लगा कि भाई साहब ये तो मतलब अलग level पे कर रहे हैं. How do I match up to this when you saw the steps and stuff?
No, I don't try to compete with them. I try to make it my own. Like I've realized if I try to compete, it's not going to work because my body type is different. You know, if there's a step given to me, he'll do it in a very manly way. Whereas I have to do it in a feminine way, right? Like even if you see the way I'm probably doing my shoulder movement in Arabic Kuttu, or maybe if I'm doing this Bhasad Macha step, which to me was quite a massy step, and I'm in a sari. But how do I own it and how do I make it my own, right? I have to somewhere have a grace in the way I'm doing it, but at the same time, because I'm just doing like buzzer, trigger, so but I have to kind of, if I try to do it like Shahid, it's not going to suit me.
Absolutely.
So I don't get into that. Like, I think I just try and make it my own.
And then I remember this interview that we had done. It was a group interview when Radhesham was coming out. Yeah. And Prabhas has said the opposite. Prabhas said that I have 2 left feet and I was with Pooja in a movie. How easy or difficult was it for you then? Because he was literally trying to like at least try to match up to you. He's like, it was the most difficult and the most challenging part of this whole film because she's such a good dancer and I have 2 left feet.
I think it was Vaibhavi ma'am did an insane job, I thought, because I think the dancing and that was a little different also. It was very emotional, like that one ballroom scene. It was I don't know, there's actually this one video that we had taken where she was like, amazing, you know, you've really like done a great job, and it's good to meet supportive people also who kind of pump you up. But I think it's everyone has their own strengths and everyone has their own challenges, and it's okay, it's all right. Like I think it's tougher, like, you know, when there are some certain steps. Like for me, Jigel Rani was a tough song to shoot. I'll tell you why. Because I was playing a character in that, right? And like with Ram's character, he had traveled with that character for so long. Like he and Sukumar sir had shot that whole film, and he was already this character. And suddenly I have come on set with all these men around me, and I had to suddenly become this person, you know? And I was like, okay, let's just go for it. Like I just had to switch flip a switch and be this person and go a little extra and like give it to him and like be a character. So that was a very tough one for me to do.
But tell me something.
Yeah.
You have worked with so many of the superstars down south, and most of them actually have repeated you in movies. Like, you've not just done one film, you've done multiple films with most of them. How does that make you feel? Like, today now you're gonna work with Surya sir again. I want to know, like,
No, it's my first time.
no, I'm saying Surya sir
Oh, okay.
now. And then there would be opportunities possibly where you will get to work with him again, because these are the people who have
Yeah.
repeated you as well, right?
Right.
Whether there's a Thalapathy Vijay or Allu Arjun, you've done multiple films with him.
Yeah. In fact, I remember when I did the film and he was like, they were like, how does it feel? Like, you know, he's he's repeated you. I said, ask him how it feels. Yeah. Why are you asking me about this? But I always think that it's good. If a pair has worked, you should always make the most of it, because we would not have a Shah Rukh and Kajol today hadn't they worked together again and again, because your camaraderie increases with every film and that translates on screen. And sometimes the first time you meet, you're still getting to know each other, and now you're very comfortable the next time you meet each other. So of course all the films that where they felt that the chemistry is good, I hope, I mean, like this Jananayagan film, which is the Vijay sir film, people were like, when are you going to do a film with Vijay sir again? When are you going to do? So that's the reason I did the film, because the audience was like really craving for it. And I hope we can create that magic again for them. So
Don't hope, I know. I
You
believe
know.
that you would. It's also special because it's his last film.
yeah.
I hope that he's just saying it and he comes back as well.
yeah,
and he
I hope
decides
so
to-
too.
But
Yeah.
when you were told that you are gonna play the leading lady to him in his last film, what was your first reaction?
It's why I did it. Because I was just like, what if I don't get this opportunity again, you know? And everybody has been craving for this pair to be repeated again. So I was like, I don't know if this is his last film, but if it's his last film, I really want to do it, because, like, you know, the audience wants it and they're rooting for us. They're rooting for that Arabic, the Habibis to come back again. So that's why I took that picture with him at the Murat shot where we did this, because we were like, the Habibos are coming back together. And sometimes you have to do it for the audience love, I think, you know. You have
But
to
have
keep
you shot
aside-
for it?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, it's already done.
No, we're still shooting. But we've done quite a bit. We've shot quite a bit, yeah.
Now that you know Allu Arjun, people like them. Allu Arjun today has become such a huge pan-India superstar, right? Like, I think he's the biggest right now. The whole hyper-heroic nature of Pushpa has actually propelled him into a league of his own. And everybody's saying that Bollywood is not making Pushpas, XYZ, whatever. But you've known him personally and you've seen him very closely when he wasn't what he is today. He was a superstar, but he was limited to a particular audience. Now his reach has increased. What do you have to say to that? Like, you've seen him work really hard back then.
I think it's not just one film that's done it. I think it is a culmination of everything, because I remember when I did DJ, right? A DJ was dubbed in Hindi and so many people watched the dubbed Hindi. It used to come on a particular channel so many times. And I've gone to like places in Uttarakhand and, you know, these little Maggie stalls where up, you know, where there's like they make, and there's a little television and there's like a film of yours playing and it's dubbed in Hindi, and I'm like, wow, like people are watching it here. So I remember at that time, people in the Hindi audience used to recognize me as DJ because they didn't know what my character and stuff. So if they would see me, they'd be like, "Arey DJ, aap DJ mein thi na?" And I'm thinking that, wow, they've watched these films. So I think it's like they've seen him in Arya, they've seen him in DJ, they've seen him in other films, they've seen Ala Vaikuntapuramlo, they've seen these films, and now they're like, oh, what is this film now, which has been directly dubbed to Hindi, right? Like the producers themselves are doing it, and like things are now changing. Like production houses are dubbing films for themselves, and that kind of makes the quality of dubbing better. So much better. The songs are in Hindi because earlier the songs used to be cut. Like I went to South, I feel, much before South was even trending. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, and that's because I just thought that let's go where the work is good. I didn't plan anything. I never even thought this would happen. I've gone before the Bahubali era. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
I have seen a very big change from the Bahubali, pre-Bahubali and post-Bahubali era. You know,
Absolutely.
things have really changed in the perception of how the South is looked at. So I think it's not just a overnight thing. It's not just a one film thing. I think it is a culmination of everything.
Absolutely.
How you started your career in your first Tamil movie, Mugga Modi? Did you learn acting beforehand?
Many Bollywood actors are now doing South films. Do you see this as a trend or a long-term shift in industry?
I hope it's a shift, but I also hope that
Which movie for you are you the most proud of and why?
अपनी खूबसूरती पर लगाइए चार चांद with an exclusive lab grown diamond jewelry collection from Limelight Diamonds. Shop the perfect diamond jewelry you always wanted.